What the fuck are you doing?
Me? Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
Obviously, I'm listening to What the Fuck Are You Doing podcast, one of the newest podcasts of You Run Podcast Network. It's a podcast featuring E-Bitty and Herm Dizzle. They come together Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, get it, to bring you episodes about pop culture, movies, and any bullshit they can think of. Yo, this podcast got so many dick jokes, it's like a bag of dicks. Anyways, check out the WTF Are You Doing podcast, brought to you right here by the You Run Podcast Network.
Welcome to the podcast.
Who cares? We are assholes. We are assholes. We didn't get to this party by being nice. And if we did, you're the first one to get a dick drawn on your face. Get out of here.
What up, everybody? Welcome to the You Gonna Eat That Crust podcast. I'm your host with the most on the ones and twos. You know they call me Bilbo Schwaggins. You know they call me Fatback Supreme. It's your boy, Ryan Wilson. And with me tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the Sweatpants Overlord. Follically challenged himself. Ladies and gentlemen, Greg Hoey. Greg, how are you?
I'm doing well. Prime time sweatpants weather. Let's go.
Also with us tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the Razor Blade himself. The King of Connecticut, you know he's the mustard smuggler, Seamus Rogers. Seamus,
you know
what's
it.
Good, baby?
Keep those Frenches away from me. I'm good, man.
Well, it's great to see you guys, hear you guys. Seamus, let's waste no time, and can you tell us what tonight's show is about?
Yeah, I just want to say welcome back to another episode of the You Gonna Eat That Crust podcast, the only show where the guests are louder than your uncle's conspiracy theories. MC Type and Billy the Fridge are here to discuss their new album, Fridge and Type, a masterpiece that's part rap album, part fever dream, and entirely unhinged. It's the kind of music you listen to when you're not sure if you should laugh, cry, or call a professional. These two lyrical legends who sound like a buddy cop duo, but rap like a wrecking crew. Billy's the only MC who can drop bars while deep-throating a corn dog, and Type's the sort of rapper to write a diss track to his own reflection in the mirror. We're diving into the madness behind the music, the genius behind the rhymes, and probably some stories that'll make you question your life choices. So stay tuned as we delve into the ludicrous minds of this comedic rap duo you didn't know you needed in your life. Let's welcome our guests, Billy the Fridge and MC Type.
Ooh,
what up,
what an intro. So I actually want to go back. You said you name dropped French's mustard. Is that your favorite tard, or do you have another?
That's just what I was rocking when I was a kid.
I like the French's myself.
And I still rock the French's. Like,
yes,
I'm not big on those fancy spicy ones.
Spicy brown, bitch. Guys eat children's food.
French's is the top tard for sure.
Thank you.
You still like your nuggies in dinosaur shapes?
Oh, absolutely. Tyson breast nuggets.
Meat on bone.
You know, God actually placed the chicken nuggets in dinosaur shapes to test us. That we believe in him instead of...
I did not know that. I take everything back.
Yeah.
I thought he would say he's testing us to see, like, if we didn't eat them, then he'd bring the dinosaurs back and they would eat us. But, you know, we showed him that
it's a sacrifice.
It's a win-win either way.
Yeah, generally we start off with a mustard deep dive in your chicken nugget shaped preference. So
question:
this is perfect. Actually.
How many of you peasants have had Grey Poupon?
Oh, this is my go-to.
That shit's weak.
I just picked some up at my local stoplight.
Yep.
I tell you, I'm not fancy enough for that Grey Poupon.
Pull over the Rolls Royce, dip my Rolex out the side window. I say, "Excuse me, sir. Do you have any Grey Poupon?"
The only thing I like about Grey Poupon was those commercials.
Those were good, and there was a fake spec one that was really funny where it was like, I poop on my this, I poop on my that, you know? It's like, and then the guy dribbles, is like, oh, I poop on my chest.
All right.
It's a sophisticated mustard.
Plays well in Cleveland.
This man has a suspicious feed.
All right, gentlemen, let's kick this shit off. Gregory J. Hoey, why don't you get us started with the first question for this delightful duo?
But of course. So how old were you guys when you started in the rap scene, and what inspired you to begin your careers as MCs?
Fridge, you want to go first on this?
When I was in high school, I wrote little gay poems, and like they weren't actually gay, but like, you know, they were to girls, so it might as well have been. And then I started to write rap stuff for school projects, like the cringiest little nerd you could ever have. And then I just started going to the studio and recording comedy sketches, you know, like we would do prank phone calls, we would do little parody songs, and we would do skits and stuff. And we thought it was funny. And then I decided that being a white rapper is probably the most pathetic thing you could be, because everybody was. And I was like, oh man, I don't want to do this. Everybody here is cringe. So I sat back for like 6 or 7 years and worked at the studio doing promotions and make flyers, websites, go help promote all the other delusional rappers. And then before long, I was just better than them all without trying. So I put out a mixtape that I accidentally made while I was in the studio that entire time, and everybody liked it. I got immediate praise and success. So I was stuck. I was stuck doing this.
Were you getting paid like to do that? You know, were you not for your album? Obviously, you did that. And were you getting paid for the job, helping all of them, or was it just?
Oh yeah. It was. I was part of the
that's nice.
studio
Paid
microcosm.
to make your first tape.
He was getting jars of Grey Poupon.
Your boy was eating.
All right, type. Same question, different answer.
That's actually his gay poems as well. That's actually the same. Unfortunately, it's a very unsexy entrance. I was a big punk rock skateboarder kid in high school.
Nice.
And so I was in a punk band, and I listened to hip hop, but I listened to like No Limit. Like it wasn't something I considered something that I would be able to do. And I liked it, but it was either like I was listening to No Limit or punk. And my best friend Dice, who's the guy I dissed, he was the guitarist, and he just quit playing guitar. I was the vocalist. I don't know how to play an instrument still to this day. And I was like, man, I want to keep making music. And he started making beats, and he's like, well, fucking learn how to rap. So that was it. I had like no interest in it whatsoever, but I just wanted to, have fun with my friends and make music. So that is it. And then I got like deeply into the indie hip hop scene and like started going to Living Legends shows and, all that.
Sick.
That's it. And gay poems.
Yeah.
That's a second album title, Gay Poems.
Wait.
So Frigid Types, the new album, it's fucking dope as shit. Making an album with Billy the Fridge was a huge surprise to me, as I was excited to see him on the Lucky Silverback album, because I done a couple songs with Billy over the years and shit. How did your guys' partnership come about?
Well, obviously we're both in the same city, but Fridge and I are like a natural partnership because we both, I think at the same year, made a song about the same strip club, which was a coin-operated peep show called The Lusty Lady, which is now defunct, rest in peace, vanishing Seattle. But rather than, it was like, if you can't beat them, join them, because I think Fridge's song was maybe a little bit better than mine, so I wasn't going to butt heads with them. But, I already immediately I was like, I like the way this dude thinks, so I knew we'd be like ripe to collab. Met him a bunch of times after that, and yeah, he's just a great guy. So whenever I'd have something for him, I'd be like, hey, I think you'd be a good fit on this. He absolutely destroyed me on a feature called Hallelujah for this record I did with The Woods. And I listened to that verse a lot and was like, man, Billy's really fucking good. And so when I was getting back into it after like basically a 10-year hiatus and started Lucky Silverback, wrote the first half of Sex Symbols and thought, I got to get Bill on this. This is fun. Plus I was in town right before moving to New Zealand. So I hit up Bill's like, you want to do this? He's like, yeah, sounds fun. We ended up doing a video, and then we just kind of kept on going like song by song after that. Like we did, I think it was Nancy Reagan after that, just for fun.
Oh, yeah.
We had played a show with Smoke at Canal Hood Brewery. Is that right, Bill? Was it Canal Hood Brewery? I was calling it like Anal Hood or something. I kept on dropping the C.
Yeah, I think it's Canal The anus doesn't have a hood. That's the other.
Yeah. Oh shit, I've been sticking it in the wrong hole. Anyways, so we Smoke. It was like me, Billy the Fridge, Smoke was the lineup or something, and we were like, man, we should all do a record. So we did the Nancy Reagan to like get it started. We're like, oh, this one's fun, and then we just kept on doing song by song, and all of a sudden we had about 6, 7, and Bill's like, if it's an album, I do 13. So I was like, all right, I guess we got to do 13. And I was working on like Cool Ethan stuff at the same time, so we were just I was writing some songs, sending them ideas, and went back and forth for a while. But from my angle, I believe that's how we got started.
Yeah. The only thing I would add on to that is we said some pretty heinous stuff that we had to edit along the way.
Oh, multiple songs.
we canceled ourselves a couple times, but other than that, that's the process.
Well, we've done that on this podcast too, but we just edit that shit out later.
When Type and I get together, we kind of like try and push each other to do better and worse at the same time.
It's like shock edging, We're like,
yeah, we're like, well, I want to out rap you, but I also want to outgross you. And on this one, Type outgrossed me, and I think he out rapped me on a few of these too. It was really fucking dope, dude. Awesome work.
Well, look, guys. I'm going to tell you right now, Ass Eating Season is probably the banger of the decade, okay? I mean, Fudge Missiles and Mud Wine. Poetry, guys. Absolute poetry. I'm never saying anything but Fudge Missiles.
I'm glad you finally released your gay poems on this album.
Yes. There's like 3 songs.
These were our straight poems. Wait till you hear the gay ones are really gay.
Seamus, go ahead, man.
What was the moment during the creation of Frigid Type that you'll remember forever? Like, whether it was a moment of creative breakthrough or just a funny story from the studio?
Well, we tracked primarily. I was in Auckland at the time, so I was tracking in a podcast studio called Crescendo with my dude Reese Muir. Great guy, and sending stuff back to Bill and Randy up in Undercast Studios in Seattle. So we were, I don't think at any point ever the 4 of us were in the same room together. And then Emma, who did our backing vocals, is from Christchurch. So even though she was in New Zealand, she was never in this. She tracks from her garage, I think. So it was like pieced together recordings from several different places, different mics, different engineers. When I was getting near the end, and I don't know if you all noticed this or not, but Bill and I do each other's ad libs. We wanted to kind of have like we're together the whole time, the whole song. So like at no point are we ever really solo, almost like it'd be like a live feel, like we're rapping together, give it kind of a fun, I don't know, energetic vibe. And so I'm doing his rhyme words, and at the end he had just finished up his verses for We Love Dicks and Happy Apocalypse, I think were the last 2 ones. And Reese was like, he just had a kid. So every time I hit him up to record, he's like, sorry, dude, I can't help you out. Like, I got a kid now. And so I do commercials for a living. I contacted some people that I knew from like radio recording studio sessions and was like, hey, can I rent like an hour? And they're like, come over here. We got you. And so Franklin Road Studios, who did a bunch of commercials for the agency I worked with in Auckland, they just hooked up a session for free because like, this is hilarious. We're recording a Seattle rap group thing, sure, whatever, fuck it. So that was Stefan did that. Shout out to him, but that was cool and got those done. But yeah, so we're doing each other's backups. I don't know if you can tell. Sometimes I think our voices, when we're turned down and backing each other up, sound like it's just Fridge doing Fridge and Type doing Type. But
we have a melodic honky thing going on. Our voices mesh well together, even though they're so different.
Yeah, you guys have been called the Caucasian boys to men.
Oh. Which is actually our Tinder profile.
All right, Greg, go ahead.
So how did working with Smoke M2 D6 as the producer shape the sound and vibe of the album?
I mean, Smoke is a genius. He has so many different vibes and sounds and kind of like goes through different genres. It was great because Bill and I obviously approach things very conceptually, and so we needed stuff that sounded like the ideas, like Happy Apocalypse. It's the right vibe for that concept.
Yeah,
like it sounds very.
Song.
Oh, thank you, appreciate it. But and then even like 6669 is that's a Satan worshiper beat. You know what I mean? And so we needed someone with the versatility that could handle our peanut-sized hamster wheel brain ideas.
Smoke would make these bangers. Type would pick through them, figure
Ruin
out a
them, yeah.
concept,
Pick the
figure out a
worst ones,
concept
ruin
to
them.
go on them, and then he would record his side and send me basically just like lyrical Christmas. I get this whole present that I get to open up and figure out and polish off the back end of it. That was like the last stop in the creative process of this, and it was different than I usually do. Usually I'm in charge of the entire direction. I'm a very greedy person, so like to be able to collaborate in that way was a lot of fun, and just work through Type's mind on all this. It was awesome.
It's a fun album. They're all so catchy. Even if you're even if they're cringy lyrics, it's still just
And I was very happy. I was very happy actually that he chose to do the N-word song solo, because if he would have said that to me for this, I'd have been like, brother, this is not mine. I can't do this. But he killed that too.
That was my favorite thing, was promoting that single, because I, without thinking, was like, send me an email if you want to hear the N-word, and people were like, what? And it also reminded me, a lot of my fans are like, people who are actually just fans of me and don't know me as a person are fucking weirdos, because they're like, yeah, say the N-word to me. I'm like, what is going on?
Yep. That's why I wouldn't want to be on it, dude. That's asking for trouble.
Was there a particular track that came together unexpectedly or had a wild backstory?
That's interesting.
Yes.
Unexpectedly. Well, I'll tell you one thing for like how we started to work together, which I think is kind of funny, because I'm a very like organized, deliberate person, and when I write a verse, it's very like clinical. It's not like I come up with a word bank of stuff that I know on the topic, and I try to check them off, and then I try to piece it together so it sounds smooth. I don't sit there and rap or like freestyle, or it's very much like I wouldn't even need to listen to the beat. Even you can probably tell by the way I sound. But when I did Nancy Reagan, the theme is about things that go down, since Nancy Reagan goes down, and I wrote a ton of things that go down, and like submarines. Like one of my words, I said foot long sandwiches. I was so deep into my list that I was trying to say submarine without saying submarine, and I feel like that gets lost. Like that's kind of random. But then so when I sent the song to Bill, I sent him this giant list of words I didn't use, and he was kind of like, what the fuck is this? What is this? Like a huge email. And then Bill writes these two dope verses that use literally none of the words that I suggested. And whatever the second song was, I think I did the same thing. It was like, oh, this is the topic.
80s movies.
Yeah, 80s movies. I use this, and this. And then once again, he's just like, well, I'm going to ignore your fucking list and just crush it. And so we just started. Okay, Bill doesn't need my help. I might need Bill's help.
I looked at the list a few times. I definitely did try to work stuff in there, but when I'm writing, I'm like line for line until it's done, and each line I'm building upon like double rhymes with the next rhyme, and then I want to rhyme something in the same line that takes me to the next line.
You can tell with your multis that it's like much more of a natural process than mine, because it usually carries over, and there's like they're very it's almost like a master ace level of complexity to what your structure is, which I really appreciate.
Like I'll know the punchline, but I have to figure out the line that gets there before it. I'm like, what rhymes with Down syndrome?
Everything.
So I was going to ask, what does a typical songwriting session look like? You kind of already elaborated on that a little bit. Sounds like Smoke came up with a beat. Type, you were putting some lyrics on it and then sending what you guys had over to Fridge, and he was putting his touch on it.
That's about it. I'd say
normally do
it. Well, no, because normally I'm not living in New Zealand. I'm actually back in Seattle again too, which is nice. Normally, normally I just do solo stuff. I think this is maybe my first group stuff since I was in a group back in the day called the Let Go, which we would trade off. I was with the rapper Kubla Kai back in the day, and we would trade off. Like he would pick a beat he really liked and then come up with the topic and start it out and write the hook, and I would do the same with the beat I like. Producer was Captain Midnight. So all that Cool Ethan stuff is actually the Let Go minus Kubla Kai, because he is a professor now in Santa Barbara, I think. And all those songs are about getting high and hitting on women and like job security. Not good for a professor if like your students that are 19 years old find this archive of like creepy shit. So I said, hey, can I remix it, get new guests on there? So we got like Open Mike Eagle and Blueprint and Sage on one. And so I just kind of replaced Kubla Kai with good rappers, and yeah, it's good now.
Dude, that's the pussiest reason to drop off the face of the earth. Those albums weren't even that bad.
The
Party
Crashers music video was pretty rough, where Kubi like sneaks in a bathrobe with him cut out of the video, because we even recut videos without him in it. It's actually like a much better video, just because we didn't realize how like unfunny that character was. Not shitting on Kubi about it. It was just like, that was just a creep. I messed with that way too early in my career, being like, it'll be really funny if I'm creepy, and then everyone's like, you're just creepy. This isn't funny.
Oh, you were trying to be funny?
I think I'm actually just creepy.
You come back out with a new name.
Well, the running joke was that Captain Midnight and I were in a group called Cool Ethan. It was the Let Go without Kubla Kai. That like when we were actively touring with him and stuff, we'd be like, well, we're going to make this song for Cool Ethan. And so when we removed Kubla Kai, we're like, well, it's called Cool Ethan now for sure. Like we already had the name.
You know, it's funny because like I listened to that album like a few times, like this guy sounds just like the MC Type. And I'm like, you know, a little investigation. I'm like, fuck, it's the same person.
You're like, who in their right mind would copy that guy's style?
There's only one MC Type.
All right, Greg, go ahead.
Yeah. Are there any artists, past or present, who've influenced your style in unexpected ways?
I was influenced by Tupac and Weird Al. I grew up on Tupac and Weird Al. I had like all the Tupac albums, all the Weird Al albums. I should probably call him Tupac. I just, wanted to sound like a little prick. But yeah, I like loved, like I was 13, when Tupac died. So it was when you're 13, they say that that's the music that carries with you for the rest of your life. It was literally that and Weird Al. I was running Gangster's Paradise and turning it back into Amish Paradise. Both, whatever Weird Al covered, I was like, I love this song too. I like both of them. I'll have both of them.
My biggest influence is actually, I think you can tell with the hooks. Like when I say I did punk, my band was definitely more pop punk, and like my favorite band was NoFX. So like Fat Mike was my biggest influence, and I think you can kind of tell in the hooks, because having the hook be really catchy is really important to me. So they almost sound like I don't know, fucking MGK hooks now or something.
And NoFX is one of the greatest punk bands of all time.
I love them. Just their attitude, and his writing is really good. Their records got less good as they went on, but I still love them.
Co-Defendants are pretty dope as well.
Yeah, he's doing some stuff with Co-Defendants. That's pretty interesting.
Chesky.
Yeah, Chesky's kind of a legend.
He is. He's the man.
Yeah. All right, so Type, what caused you to step away from music and pursue a career in commercial advertising?
Money.
What motivated you to come back to the game?
Well, so I was married at the time, and there was like a period in my life, I think it was like 2009, 10, and 11, where like all I was doing was music, and my partner was a stockbroker, so that worked out well for me and not for her. And then she kind of, as we were like looking into buying a house and that sort of thing, was like, "Hey, you broke ass bitch, are you going to make any money?" And my sister was and is in advertising, and she's like, you do all these like dumb music videos where you dress up and you storyboard them and you're a character, and if you put a fucking logo at the end, they're just commercials. You should you do commercials. And so I said, okay. And there was this kind of cool agency in Seattle at the time called the Wexley School for Girls, which was of course 2 straight white guys. And I went to them and interviewed with like a quote unquote book. That's what they call their portfolios of like 20 rap videos. And they laughed me out of the fucking room. They're like, dude, you're not a copywriter. You are a rapper. It was the first time I heard you are a rapper too. So I was pretty psyched, but they were not going to give me a job, but they said you could go to this grad school and probably get a job through that. And so that's when I moved to Virginia, where Black Lick lives, which was cool. Got to meet him at some point. Shout out to him. His radio show is great, by the way. I think he gave me and Fridge a spin, which was really kind of him.
He plays some dope music.
He does. So that's really what started it was, Money, my partner at the time, fairly so wanted me to carry my weight in the partnership. And we ended up getting divorced, just kind of fell out of love. And after a few years, I kind of just going back to being a fan, and I'll always be a fan first of hip hop. I love it. I listen to it still. I realized, why am I not continuing to do this now that I no longer have like an obligation to a domestic partner? Like she's not in my life. So fuck it. I'm gonna make songs again, and went ahead and got back into it after like 8 or 10 years.
Would we know any of your commercials?
Yeah, you might. If you are you baseball fans?
Yeah.
They are.
It's the Red Sox. Whoop whoop.
During the 2020 or 2021 playoffs, I used to work for a company in Huntington Beach called Ocean. They're basically like Hyundai's in-house. So I wrote this ad for the Hyundai Santa Fe hybrid, where a guy pulls up to the pump and starts using the squeegee, and then the gas clerk comes out and is like, "Hey, you gonna buy gas?" And the guy's like, "No, just using the squeegee." He's like, "No, sorry, dude, you gotta buy gas, use the squeegee. No gas, no squeegee." So it's this like kind of Larry David argument at the gas pump over a squeegee. And that ran a lot during the playoffs, and people fucking hated that. My favorite comedian, Doug Stanhope, tweeted about it, and he was like, "What the fuck's up with this dumb Hyundai commercial? Like, I don't walk into a restaurant and get ketchup without ordering the fries. This guy's an asshole." And like, honestly, he's not wrong. Like, the guy in the commercial is an asshole. So is the guy. They're both assholes. It's like a perfect representation of what was going on in the country in 2020 and 2021. It's like divisive for no fucking reason, and who cares? And like, but we just have to be mad about everything. And honestly, I just wanted to see how many times I could write the word squeegee in 30 seconds. And I think it was something like 12. I almost averaged, one squeegee per,
You had
5
to be
seconds.
conservative, or they weren't going to run with it.
Yeah. So if anyone, that would be one that you may know. And then I was in-house at Yahoo, if you remember the failing internet company, way too late in time, and did all their like Yahoo fantasy stuff, which was fun, and NFL partnerships. And then let's see, what other bigger brands? That's probably about it for like nationally televised stuff. My favorite project was for Toto Washlet, which is a bidet. And it was the first advertising assignment I got out of grad school.
They make urinals?
They make urinals. They're a general toilet company, but the Washlet's a bidet in particular, like a bidet attachment. And they wanted to it's a Japanese company, wanted to advertise to Americans like, hey, you can use water on your butt. And so I got to write this video. It's just all metaphors about putting water on your butt. This guy walks around with the hose and he's like, "I couldn't keep my dumper clean," and just starts spraying off this dump truck that's in his, and then he's like, "Or my booty," and he starts spraying off a treasure with a pirate by it.
I prefer vodka.
Yeah. But I thought, man, this is like the best job ever, and then you will never get an assignment like that ever again. Like, that was a one of one.
Fun.
Yeah, it was heaps of fun. But I mean, yeah, so there's, it's a cool career, but yeah, I would prefer to make like non-sponsored art,
Billy, I've got a question for you. So you referred to yourself as a semi-professional wrestler. What was your ring name and persona?
I used to go by Kingpin. I was a big fan of the Spider-Man cartoon when I was a kid. I'd run home from school to go watch the 1996 Spider-Man cartoon. Would come on right after school, and Kingpin was like kind of like the linchpin of the bad guys there. And he was a big fat, and I was always a little chubster. So I ran with Kingpin. But then I took it a different direction. I was a two-sport athlete. Bowling and wrestling, two of the most
I feel like we should merge those.
two of the classiest. So I would do like a little bowl. I had like a 7-10 split. I would do a jumping leg drop to the guy's nards. I would have bowling names for stuff.
What was your finisher? Tell me about that.
Okay, so I would do a deadlift reverse power bomb. The guy would be on his back. I'd stand over him. I'd hook his legs. He'd be looking upwards. And I'd pull his body through my legs up in the air, and then kick my legs up in the air, sit out, smashing his face first in the ground. I call it the fecalator. I got the name from a line in a Kevin Smith movie, Dogma.
Nice.
They're buying a gun, and they're like, this model's called the fecalator. What look at the target shits him or herself.
I'm guessing you were a heel.
Dude, I did it all. It was fucking backyard wrestling and then like light work up in Canada for a while with some indie buddies of mine that I traveled a little bit with it, but it was a hobby. It was fun. To be honest, like people in pro wrestling, the majority of them are like fucked up people. I could have politicked my way through everything, but music called me in and it was at home. I wouldn't have to travel to do it. And I was like, fuck it, I'm going into music. I thought I'd be I mean, dude, maybe. Like I thought I would be a pro wrestler for sure growing up. I was dead set on it. And then, I just had this little studio in my backyard, basically. Undercast was right up the road from my house. And I was like, let's go into Undercast and hang out with these guys. In my mind, any entertainment would take me towards my goal of being a pro wrestler. But this was there was something else here. It was just a little more easier to produce. You had control over everything. You have to worry about some jacked up dumbass, I don't know, burying you because you looked at his ring girl wrong. Like, shut up, dude. I don't care if she's your wife. She's hungry. She needs the meat.
There is
Maybe I
something
was
to be
the
said
problem.
too about the local community too. Like it was really fun doing hip hop in Seattle in like 2005, 2006, 2007, right as Blue Scholars were making the rise, which is kind of why we even normally you'll notice the only sentimental song or like maybe you would say semi-serious song on the entire record is Raindrops, where we kind of shout out that era of time. But there was community because like I laugh about it sometimes. Like Bill and I were both at the first Macklemore show after he did Welcome to MySpace on MySpace when Tom posted it. And he came up from Olympia and played in some like basement. I think it was Can or something in the basement of a Mexican restaurant. And I was there with Greaves and Billy was there with Ricky Farrow and Macklemore's there with XP as his hype man. And we laughed at it as like this weird doppelgangers like Seinfeld episode where we're like, I'm the, like the hype man for Greaves and like Bill was kind of the hype man for Farrow. And then we're like there, like we saw each other for sure, but we hadn't met each other yet, But that's how the scene was. It's like, it was very like oddly welcoming. Like I fucked with all those dudes. I love all those dudes,
It turned into that scene from Anchorman 2 where they're all out there fighting. And then it turned into a Caligula orgy.
Yeah, then Phil Fecalator me or whatever. I'll never forget it. Fudge bullets everywhere.
Yes.
All right, Greg, go ahead.
Yeah, do you guys ever write something and think this is too weird even for me? And what happens with those ideas?
We usually take them and record them and then a week later be like, we probably should change this.
I don't think Bill and I on this record did any like full pivots of concepts, but earlier in my career for sure, like when I was working on Amateur Hour, which I put out in 2008, but I think I pulled because there were some not cool jokes on there. But I had a concept called Dendrophiliac. It was about fucking trees, and I couldn't go through with that because the level, like the number of times I would like perform something and people would be like, oh, so this is your real life. I just was like picturing people being like, so you fuck trees, dude. I'm just like, no.
I like how trees is where you draw the line.
Yeah.
You're like, I drink diarrhea, but I don't fuck trees, dude. Chill.
It's like the opposite of Evil Dead.
Yeah, can I bet that dog is not a sex song?
It is not. Yeah, that was one of our later songs, and it came about because we had just done the drinking diarrhea, we had done the orgy song, and we're like, we really need something that like isn't fucking gross, And then of course we end up saying kind of gross shit by accident, anyways. Like it's like Bill's like, chew toy, put it in my mouth, bro. I'm like, if I was his enemy, I would sample "Put It in My Mouth, Bro" over and over and be like, Bill Fridge, put it in my mouth, bro.
I wouldn't even trip. I'd suck it on stage just to prove a
don't
point.
trip.
If you were ever to make love to a tree, what type of tree would you choose?
Great
Maplewood.
question.
Obviously Maplewood, because there's a little lube in there, right?
Yup, give me that sap, baby.
I would say Weeping Willow because it wouldn't be consensual, so there'd be lots of crying.
Oh, devious.
I always like it better when they cry. Another thing we did on this album, like the one thing that we kind of stopped is the 6669 song, the first iteration I got of it, Type had this chant that was like, it was just Hail Satan, I think, over and over again. And I was like,
it wasn't clever.
I was like, okay, brother, we can do better than this. Well, other than that, everything was just fucking, I was like, okay, hell yeah. Let's go.
An Evil Dead tree fucks you.
Oh, shit.
So if you guys weren't making music, what other medium would you use to express your ideas? Film, stand-up, writing, or something else?
Probably like school shootings.
For your security company, I hope.
And we'd still be rapping to the beat of the gunfire.
We ought to write like a Hamilton version of Columbine or something.
I wish I knew the kid's name.
Oh, it's Dylan Klebold. Or wait, no, is that right? Dylan Klebold?
Yes, Dylan Klebold and fuck, what's the other guy?
Harris,
Yeah,
something.
Eric Harris.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
Dylan Klebold, Eric Harris.
I know all my school shooters.
They're gonna know her name.
Do you remember Kip Kinkle? That was like right. It was in Oregon. It was right after Columbine.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I wrote a punk rock song about Kip Kinkle. I said, I remember the hook. It was like, Kip Kinkle, you bastard. I hope your dick wrinkles from making time move faster. Yeah, that was sick. I was like, we were very very MXPX sound. Should have moved to Bremerton.
Why, dude? Why would you name your kid?
Yeah.
Do you think he chose the nickname Kip? Like, your last name's Kinkle. You're like honestly, how could you reproduce with that last name?
I would have named him Kegel Kinkle.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the parents' fault.
It is. It's always the parents' fault. It's not GTA. Oh man, I'm so sad. I was coming back. I came back home to be with my parents, who I live with right now, and my sister, who's a mom, and just spend time with family. Because when they had come out to visit me in New Zealand, I was like, damn, time's moving fast, and I should just be home. And where the fuck was I going with this? What I'm talking about why I came home. Kip Kinkle. Okay, I'm trying to thread this needle here from school shootings.
Greg said it was parents' fault. Always parents' fault.
Thank you.
Not GTA.
Okay, you get me. All right. So I'd put in notice at my job in New Zealand, and I'm going to come back, but I unexpectedly got some interviews with Rockstar. And they were like, you'd have to move to New York. And I'm like, well, fuck it. I'm already leaving New Zealand, but I don't have to move back to Seattle. And so I got through 3 rounds of interviews with Rockstar. And the job would have been to write like the fake radio stations, like literally
I can't
dream fucking job.
6. Yeah, it's awesome.
Didn't pay very well, and I would have had to move to like Manhattan. It would have been crazy, but they ended up hiring someone else. But thank you for bringing that. That was the point. Is like, man, that would have been a dream job. And I had the LinkedIn post ready. I was going to say, got a job writing for GTA 6 before we got GTA 6.
Yeah, they put a lot into it. I mean, they're amazing. And that would be a fun place. You think it would probably be like a fun job working for Rockstar, but they'd probably push them all so hard.
Well, the writing team is really small. I guess it was like 2 or 3 other people, which is crazy because that's a lot of content. And yeah, it did not pay well. It paid about as well as my first job in advertising. So, but I just wanted to do it.
Just to get on it and then like find a new job, you know?
Yeah.
So guys, if you could remix one classic hip hop track with your own comedic twist, what would it be and why?
What's the best one? What's the best rap song ever? I'm gonna ruin that.
You just say yourself. I'm not gonna answer that question. Objective, of course.
Yeah, Type. This is one of those questions where it's like I've done a few. Like I did what was that? A song on my Ill album.
A Billy.
No, the oh baby, you got what I need.
Bismarcky.
Yeah, Bismarcky. I flipped that a little bit on a song called Friend Zone. That was in my head for a while. I was like, I kind of want to turn this into a little track about putting all these hot celebrity women into the friend zone because they're not good enough for me.
So
This will
that
be
was-
surprising. This will be surprising, but I can't stand parodies and spoofs. And I have this, it's a stigma for me. So I know Bill said Weird Al, and I respect Weird Al, but that's his influence. People, when I was coming up and making songs about being bald, because I was bald at age 20 and things like that, people started calling me the Weird Al rapper. And so like I have like, I purposely want to write all original material. I do not try to purposely like pull stuff that has influenced me. I think the only thing I've ever mimicked, maybe on a record I put out in 2007 called Mustache Immaculate, I think I copied a few Macklemore patterns on purpose, but just because I wanted him to like be on my next record. Beyond that,
I figured it out. I want to take Weird Al's White and Nerdy and make a parody of it called Riding Dirty, but it's about riding around in my dirty ass car that I refuse to clean. That's meta, bitch.
isn't that taking it back to what it's a parody of though? Isn't the song Riding Dirty?
Yes.
It's
Yes,
like a-
motherfucker.
Taking it back.
So I take the Weird Al song, White and Nerdy, one of his
parody song and
one
make
of
it
his
the
greatest
original.
rap parodies. Call it the original, but it's a parody because I'm riding around in a dirty car.
Oh,
There's
like
dirty
it.
dirty
Oh, like
shit on the floor. There you go. That's the answer.
Yeah, tight. As a fellow bald person, I'm in a band called Follically Challenged. I mean, we don't do original, we just do cover shit, but yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I've been bald since I was 20, so I'm so freaking used to it. I don't really
You
think
have
about
been
it.
bald since I've known
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I thought that was a choice.
No, that's what people would be like, oh, we just thought you were hella racist. And then you say hella racist stuff. We're like, yeah, you're racist.
The whole racism thing threw me off, dude.
Yeah. This skinhead crazy.
No, because I would hang out with I think Grinch from Seattle. He had a buddy named Joey. They were all bald.
Oh
And I
yeah.
was like, these guys aren't skinheads. Like, I know them, right? They just like bald heads, and that's cool, right? Like, I figured you all grew up watching Stone Cold Steve Austin. It was like, fuck it, I'm about to hit it with the Bicky.
We're all just Larry David fans.
They're all in the queue for the miracle cure.
I'm 42 and I haven't even dyed my hair yet. I haven't found a gray hair yet, so I'm the opposite. But I'm also, probably going to die young from heart failure. But
I'm 44 and I'm like snipping them out daily, and I'm like, is it time to dye it? Should I get on this before it's obvious?
Yeah, I
Feel.
haven't found one yet, so I don't know when it's going to come in. But I'm like,
Oh, well, next
I am
year or two.
I am beating the fucking clock.
You know what?
Hell yeah.
We sound like assholes because we still have our hair, so we should.
Who cares?
Move
We
on.
are assholes. We are assholes. We didn't get to this party by being nice. And if we did, you're the first one to get a dick drawn on your face. Get out of here.
I used to have amazing hair. It's devastating, but it is what it is.
You have the biggest hair of them all.
I did.
He had the most beautiful afro you've ever
I
seen.
recently, I got this long ass, really long curly hair, and I had a tangle in the back, and I couldn't get the tangle out. I went to my sister's house last week, and I was like, "Could you untangle my curl for me?" And we were eating dinner, and she's like, "Yeah," but part of dinner was her getting drunk. So after dinner, she starts untangling my hair, and she's drunk as shit. And she's like, "Can I use a little scissors to do this?" I was like, "Yeah, whatever." She cut off all my hair. So now I have like a fucking mushroom top. I look like a fucking dickhead, dude. And it's all because I let my drunk sister go to town. She pulls out the buzzer. Her kids are like, "No, don't stop." And she's got the freaking shaver. Bzzz. Fucked me up. So now I look like a fucking, I don't know, I look like Bruce Bogtrotter from Matilda.
Also, yeah, at 42 years old, homie's got a bowl cut.
Dude. I'm gonna slap you in the fucking face for that.
So, do you guys think the underground hip hop is still thriving in Seattle, or has the scene kind of evolved in unexpected ways?
I think it's thriving. We just had a show here that had to be canceled because some guy killed his 15-year-old girlfriend, I guess. I don't know. Did you hear about that?
I don't know if that David guy with the 4. Yeah. He's not from here though, right? He
He's
just
not
happened to
from
be-
here,
yeah.
but like the fact that
we still
his
get
show
credit.
would be canceled, like we get that's on us, right?
Well,
I'm like,
he's like on
that's-
tour while they find the bodies.
To be honest, that's literally the most I know about Seattle's music scene right now.
I'm sure it is. We're just old. That's the thing. Is like the thing that I don't want to like people to misunderstand about the joke. Actually, the one joke that's in Raindrops, I say things are better when Blue Scholars were famous. Better for us, not better for the kids now. You know what I mean? It's like better because we were participating and we're nostalgic about it. But like, I'm sure there's some poppin' ass music going on right now. I linked up with a couple like local younger guys. Greg Cypher, one of them, who's awesome. He was on Lucky Silverback with Blueprint on Folding Chair, and he's one of the younger cats that's killing it. And I know he knows a bunch of other kids that are, it's just, I'm
there's
not
a
plugged
ton.
in.
I go on YouTube and I look at all these young Seattle rappers, and I'm like, dude, I have no idea who they are. So I know that like we're aged out. we're granddads now, and like all our kids are the OGs, and then the kids before them are like, dude, we don't even know these kids. Fuck, they're killing it out there. There's tons
And like
of,
the medium, the way
Seattle
people
music
communicate, it's like minute-long TikToks are now like hot videos versus like we were at the dawning of the age of YouTube. So like you could put My Girlfriend Beats Me out on YouTube and get the whole scene to look at it on 206 proof, but like that's not how people communicate now. So like all that stuff too, it's like they're speaking a different language, whatever they have going on. Like I don't use the TikTok, I just called it the TikTok.
These kids think 50 Cent is old school. What's the rap scene like in New Zealand?
There's a group out there called Homebrew, which is pretty cool. Worth checking out. Rapper's name is Tom Scott, I think it is. They were cool. I went to see them at the power station. I only knew about it because when I was moving there, I was like, oh, what kind of cool hip hop shit is down there? And they have the OG scene, which is like more the indigenous folks, like the Maori people. I think Scribe is the dude's name. And then I'd say that Homebrew is kind of like backpack rap about getting drunk, hitting on women.
I mean, that's most of rap throughout the years.
All of rap, yeah. That's why I make songs about hitting on dudes.
That's right.
My Mac Lethal joke went right over the head. Fuck.
All right, so Type, given your commentary on cancel culture and Lucky Silverback, how do you feel about the current climate for artists to express themselves freely and take risks?
I mean, I think cancel culture it's like the boogeyman. Like because I will actively. I mean, point of Lucky Silverback was to see if I can get canceled. The thing is, you can't if you don't have fans. So it's great. Like, I say whatever the fuck I want. No one's gonna cancel me.
That's why our podcast is still on.
All right, Bill, same question to you.
a cancel culture.
Yeah,
In the rap
how
scene,
do
and
you
be able
think-
to freely express yourself. Yeah.
I mean, you just got to do it, right? If you pussy out because of something that you think that someone's gonna hate, then you gotta hate yourself, right? You have to be true to yourself. So just do what you think is right, and if it's wrong, guess what?
Consequences.
Change it, or face the consequences.
Yeah.
If you're that fucking wrong, like I love being on the edge, I love being super clever, but then I love having like the road to redemption, like in the same bar, in the same line, where I go a little too far and then take it back. I want you to hear that, be like, oh shit, and they're like, oh okay, fuck you then. You're just playing with my emotions, Smokey.
Yeah, Type. Actually, you had POS on one of your albums, and that was, I don't know how old that verse was, but it's kind of the first I'd heard from POS in years.
Yeah, that was so on Lucky Silverback. He did a verse on there, and we had him on the Let Go record as well. So I'd already worked with him, and that's why I've been in touch with him. And said, "Oh man, can I get you for another verse on this?" And he had been on hiatus. Probably in retrospect, the wrong song to debut POS on after being on hiatus for the 2020 Rhyme Sayers scandal. But he's a super cool guy. I fuck with his music. And in all honesty, from what I know, I don't know him deeply personal, but I know enough that he kind of caught strays in that scenario.
Yeah, for sure.
Like he's a good dude. Maybe a bad boyfriend and a good dude. There's certain people that just got, like I bet if he was a white dude, he wouldn't have got as much shit, to be honest.
Yeah, no, and I feel like since your verse on that album, all of a sudden he's put out 2 Shredder records since then and a handful of other shits.
Well, he's like, it can't be worse than this. I'm on a type song complaining about it's only up from here. Start at the bottom.
Yeah, POS is the shit.
Yeah, I was happy to see him come back. So guys, what's the biggest lessons you've learned about the music industry since you started?
Money helps. Money helps for sure. I know, like anyone that I know personally well has had a little nugget of investment of some sort. So whether they're independent push or a record label or whatever, like most of the stuff that ends up taking off comes with 100 to 200K invested in it. So even like the indie legends you think and know of, like I don't know Slug. But I heard that Rhyme Sayers was backed by like drug money, and that's how they got a bunch of stuff made at first, and then it really took off. Like you need a base of something, and you know, for them it was like physical CDs and being able to tour and stuff. And again, I don't know the story personally, so that is a rumor I've heard, and that might be completely false. But some people I do know personally that are successful had friends or had investors. And even though they were indie, that, you know, people that they paid back. And I can say personally, from paying for my own records and funding my own records, when I did that, when I was delivering pizza, they weren't very successful. And when I do it now that I work in advertising, they get a lot more eyes on them. So like, I know that is definitely a challenge. And I don't know if the music's any better or worse, to be honest. I'm a lot less passionate now than I was back when I was delivering pizza. But I can afford like a better animation on a video, for example. So money helps. That would be my and fuck, I don't know, Slug, don't shoot me or something. Shit, I don't know if that's true or not.
The more money you have, the more you make.
I mean, I was without money. I was a do-it-yourself guy. I think Just a Bill, my most successful video, was like a $20 budget, maybe. Can't remember how much we paid for the ice cream cone. It was some beer, some burgers, and an ice cream cone. And we just went out with the camera and shot that shit. Type, you randomly showed up in the video. We just were out shooting, and you were happened to be like on our path, and you were working, and we got you in the video. It was like completely just there's this word people use called destiny, and that's a lot of my shit. Is just you got to do it. You just got to get out and fucking do it, no matter what. Like, don't think because you don't have money that nothing can happen. You just gotta do it without money too. You know, you gotta figure out ways where you're the money, you know, where you stand out, where you're undeniable, where you're like, oh, who the fuck is this guy? Why is he rapping? He shouldn't rap. He should be choking on a fucking ham sandwich. Like they see me like that, and they're like, fuck this guy should be dead. Why has he got bars though?
I think that's a great addition. I would want to meld those two together, because I think what you want to do is make something so undeniably good that you're willing to invest in it, you know? And because like I had we just want to make a song, put it out, put it out, have some quality control too. And then you'll know like that will do that will be helpful for you. Because if you make something you believe in so much, you're like, yeah, I'm going to spend this like $2,000 that I've saved for so long. I'm gonna put it towards a video because I believe in it that much. You know,
the real secret is to find people who you think are doper than you, and do everything you can to be around them. Do everything you can to learn from them. Do everything you can to benefit
100%
from them. And you'll see as they elevate, you'll elevate, and you'll probably help them elevate to a point where they want to elevate you. And I think, Type brought up earlier how I was at the Macklemore show with Ricky Farrow, and he was there with Greaves, and Macklemore was there with XP, and we were, kind of working with people who we thought were dope, and the two of those two pairings, we all had much doper people around us as well. You know, we're all just rising around dope people, and that's part of the song. When Blue Scholars were famous, we were in this circle of people. I think everybody looked around and we were like, we're all kind of part of something where one of us is about to blow the fuck up, you know? Like, I think Asher Roth was famous on the radio at that time. Like, if this motherfucker can do it, one of us is about to fucking do it, dude. And we all had our hard hats on, ready to work at that point in time. And it was fun. It was community. It was challenged, and it was this microcosm that kind of low key exploded. And there was a bunch of guys now who are just fucking eating off this shit because they took a chance in a moment that was ripe.
Then don't listen to your inner critic. Don't believe in yourself. Obviously, fall back to what I said about quality control. Listen to people's feedback, believe in that, but don't just be unrelentlessly positive in your pursuit if it's something you want to do, and have fun with it, because that will leak out too. Don't make yourself fucking miserable. It's not a chore. You know what I mean? It's not something you have to do, something you want to do and you love to do. Then fucking do it and do it well. But I loved what Bill just said too, because I always try to be the stupidest person in the room, which unfortunately is very easy for me. But you want to learn from other people in all facets of life, so be selective about your company.
Damn, that was beautiful, guys. Seamus, did you have a follow-up question with that?
I guess, what do you guys hope listeners take away from this album, your new album, Frigid Type, beyond the laughs, of course?
Type likes to fuck trees.
Trees aren't consenting.
I hope that they have fun. I mean, for me, I think both me and Bill's probably favorite local record was Mingle by Saturday Nights, and I think it might actually be my favorite rap record ever. I mean, it's definitely in my top 5. I love it. And
it's great.
It's well executed on the fun vibe. We're not trying to do comedy. It's supposed to be a fun hip-hop record. It's not supposed to be a comedy record. It's something you put on a party and hopefully not offend anyone and offend everyone. But it's fun, It's just, I hope you have fun with it and you smile. Remember, life is fun. That's what I hope.
It is fun, but like I said, it's even if the lyrics are not always the most serious, but you just guys, the songs are just so catchy and easy to, because sometimes you listen to albums nowadays and you need a few times to appreciate them. I was enjoying this album straight up the first time through, so I appreciate it. Good job, guys.
I will say, just to see how complex our concepts were, I asked ChatGPT, what do you think this album is about? And just entered the album titles, and it fucking guessed the concept of every song. So I'm like, maybe I am a basic B. I don't know. It literally was like, this is probably about this. I'm like, yep, definitely was. Either that or I'm brilliant at
It's been
song
spying on you, all your correspondence, so it knows everything about you anyways.
Oh, for sure.
Greg, go ahead.
Yeah, well, that's my favorite type of rap anyway, the type that doesn't take itself too seriously. I grew up on the Bloodhound Gang and stuff like that, and I thought this album was hilarious and awesome. It was very catchy.
Thank you.
Dig it. Other than robbing a bank and selling drugs to get that bankroll, what advice would you give to a young artist who's just starting out and trying to navigate the music business?
Write gay poems.
Yeah, just find people around you who are like-minded. Don't try and do it on your own. Don't even try and do it for yourself, right? Try and see how you can help people who are better than you, and you're gonna better yourself in the process. Go find the local studio around you and see if there's any intern position, if there's anything you can do to just be a part of that world. People who are already moving it, see how you can help them. Try and wear as many hats as possible. If you're a rapper, also become a graphic designer, ad guy, make advertisements. Figure out a way to do 4 or 5 different things that could benefit you and the people around you. The more handy you are, the more people want you around, and the more you're around, the more opportunity comes your way. So just keep grabbing for opportunity.
Yep. Be humble and be respectful. I tried to I wanted to be competitive initially, and I just thought battle rap was the way. And I talked shit to everyone, and I burned some bridges that probably could have been there if I didn't just think I was the best. And even now, I was trying to make a playlist on Spotify and sneak my songs in with other stuff I thought was dope. And as I was compiling the list with Merce and Brother Ali and stuff, and then I'd see my song and be like, yeah, I don't fit there. That doesn't really fit there. So, it's okay to be humble and not, think you're the best or whatever, or what, I don't know. Just don't talk shit to everyone. That's for sure. Not smart.
Seamus, go ahead.
So who has been your favorite artist to collaborate with?
Billy DeFridge.
MC Type.
Beyond that.
I really loved working with Louis Logic the first time, and because I was a huge fan of Cinematic and Misery Loves Comedy, and getting to work with him, that was the first time I heard an artist that I was a fan of on my own song. It was like, wow. And then we ended up touring together multiple times. He became a really close friend of mine, and he's retired. But so he came out of retirement for Lucky Silverback to do that conspiracy theory verse, which was heaps of fun. So that was really just rewarding because he's a as like-minded person as I could imagine. When you're like a fan, you're like, I bet this person thinks just like me. Well, Lou actually does. Like we could be brothers. It's funny.
I've got a guy out here, the Seattle fucking homeboy. He's fucking dope as hell. Deranged Pit. That's my guy. He's just this big fucking larger than life character. He's like
Black Billy.
Yeah, he's a version of me that is like, he's a dope ass fucking writer. He spits. He's just fucking I like fucking with him. I like doing shit with him. I've had him on a couple of albums. We've been talking about doing a project together.
Cadillac rolling that.
He just he's a big presence in this world, and
yeah, he's cool. I love that dude. He's fun.
Yeah, he's blown up a few times, gone viral for just being a funny ass dude online. He's just a character, and he's got bars. So I always look forward when I got a song and I'm like, I need a verse here. I'm like, I gotta hit my guy up real quick and see what he's cooking, because he makes music and he releases music. He's got tons of albums he's made, and I always want to push him a little further and give him a little more shine when I can, because he's just he's the homie. He's dope.
It's awesome, man. Help your friends. If you could collaborate with any artist outside of hip hop, who would it be and why?
It's going to be a repeat answer for me, but I've always wanted Fat Mike to sing a hook on a song.
That's NoFX.
Yeah, Fat Mike from NoFX. Mine's Jack Black from the band called Tenacious D.
Nice. That would be hilarious. I would love to see you guys team up.
Beautiful. All right. So, guys, what's next for Fridge and Type? Any solo projects, tours, new collaborations you want to talk about?
Well, we're doing a lot. So we have a video coming out for Can I Pet That Dog that was filmed in a dog park in Ballard called the Dog Yard Bar. And it's a bar for dogs, which is cool. And our buddy Andrew Rivers, who's a comedian out here, made a little appearance in that. So that'll be fun. Coming in October for Halloween, we have a 6669 animation, which should be dope. We have the same guy who worked on that is working on a Happy Apocalypse, like comic animation lyric video style thing. What I want to do is make the entire album into a movie somehow. So I want to have all the video components, be it animation, lyric video, live action, whatever, and then piece them together in a storyline. Because Fridge and I can kind of, I don't want to say can act. He has an IMDb and it says he can act. I don't know if we can act, but we're funny guys. So I would love to then take that, make it a movie called Fridge and Type Blow Up or something, and basically have it be our soundtrack. The soundtrack is our album. Not sure about live shows. I don't know if my live shows are any good. So I think I'm going to focus on areas I excel in. But that's me. And I'm pretty sure Fridge is maybe working on more solo stuff right now.
I haven't started anything yet, but I've had a few things that I had written that I thought maybe could become little songs. So we'll see if they come out or not. My whole life is I live my life a quarter mile at a time, whatever that means.
Yeah, no, that's tight.
Get over ambitious. Maybe I'll run half. Maybe I'll do a whole full mile. But
Yeah.
All right, boys, do you have any other questions you'd like to get off your chest before we say goodnight?
Well, we did send over the lyrics, so I was very deliberate because I wanted to know if there was a particular question about anything that was said on there that you might have, or possibly a favorite line. I do have a favorite line on the record, and it is "Dicks up in your mouth, no Como Channel 4 report" on Dicks from Bill. I loved that because
Como is a news station here in Seattle.
so
KOMO.
that's a great that's a great example of Bill saying that he's going too far, but pulling it back because we probably can't do no homo anymore, but you can do no como. You can reference no homo, right? So that was a very clever way to do it.
That's beautiful. Yeah, I mean, I love the last bars, the whole fudge missile drinking mud wine. Like I played that song probably like 40 times at work. Like everyone's so sick of hearing it, but I was like, well, time for the ass eating song again, everybody.
Yeah, me.
I think the whole vibe of the record is amazing, guys. The production's top notch. Like I loved everything about it. Like I felt honored to get a copy early, as like I felt like a podcaster for the
It
first
was.
time.
It definitely props to Smoke, man. He crushed it as well.
Yeah, Smoke is amazing.
Smoke is
He's amazing.
fantastic.
It was funny as we were making the songs. We'd send him that, and then he'd be like, "This is fucked up." Like I had no idea he even liked the album, you know, because like, everything he'd be like, "Oh man, this is fucking. What is this?" And at the end,
my
then he
name
was like,
off of this.
Yeah. And then at the end, he's like, "I fucking love this album." We're like, "Hell yeah!"
Yeah, it's extremely catchy. For me, again, like the whole album was awesome. All the lyrics were great. I loved 80s action movies, and the Heather Christian Slater line was excellent. And the Happy Apocalypse was fucking hilarious as well and awesome.
So many fun fucking songs on this album.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
The sounds of everything, sonically, it's very pleasing. You would be surprised to know that Type and I have beautiful voices.
Shout out to Randy Ross, who probably had to tune our singing for like days. Randy at Undercast, you can book sessions with him. He's amazing.
Well, like Seamus said, like sometimes it takes a couple times to listen to an album before you like really get into it. And I remember when Ryan sent us the link, I was like, "This album's a fucking banger!" Like right off the first time, it was fucking awesome. So big props.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
We appreciate the music. We appreciate you. We know personally that the real reason you moved back from New Zealand was just to be on this podcast. So, you know, thank you for that.
I mean, I was recording in a podcast studio in New Zealand, so it might have made more sense if I stayed in New Zealand to do the podcast. But yeah, I'll take it.
Thanks for buying a mic. I mean, fuck, man.
I'm exposed now because, like, my big thing when people ask me, "Oh, can you do a feature?" I'm like, "Don't own a fucking mic." So now everyone knows. I will know the next time someone hits me up for a feature because I'll be like, "Oh fuck, you know I have a mic. I had to buy one for the podcast."
I have a mic, but I have a podcast mic. I don't record rap on this thing. So I'm not going to just
Separate mics, I think.
Let me put Bill. Guys who ask me for features don't even care if it's just like a USB mic that's a stick. You know what I mean? They're not.
Oh,
they don't give a shit.
Those are easy to say no to. Type.
I like a good non-consensual rap.
Pussy, give it up, pussy.
There's only so much
I love it.
you can do cleaning up the audio when someone's coming on with a laptop mic.
Oh, it's like the poor sound of everything is one thing, but also you record a verse and then it never comes out. And you're like, why the fuck did I want someone to be invested in their product so I know when I record this verse, it's coming out. Because I don't write fucking halfway tight. I got bangers. And if I write you something and it's just sitting there and you don't put your album out, you know what? I have to death note you.
See, I'm the opposite. I put zero fucking effort into my verses, and so I almost don't take features because I don't like fucking people over like that. Like I almost never did paid verses. I did occasionally, but then my rule used to be I'll record it if I can record it under cast because then I know it will sound good. To Bill's point, because like I don't want to put out something that sounds bad. And then the other thing about sometimes like taking a fee, because I do pay for features as well. Like I didn't magically get all these guys on the Cool Ethan record, you know, for the fun. Like you know, I'm not afraid of paying someone for their time and effort. And that's how they know you're serious and you're gonna get good album art and get a good mix on it. You know.
Yeah, I just recorded a verse on Ryan's album, and I totally left the metronome in. So,
fuck yes,
total professional.
Wait, we don't even need beats anymore, guys. Let's just make an album with a metronome and be like, "What's this song? 89 BPM is the title. Let's go."
That's the next feature. Is it's you and metronome, metronome on the feature.
That's a dwarf that lives in the city. The metronome.
That's the metronome on the feature.
All right, gentlemen. Well, thank you so much for coming on. It was an absolute honor. Thank you guys so much for the music. You're the best.
Hey, appreciate you guys. The podcast is fun. We definitely jammed some of the episodes. Sage one was great. Obviously, I always love to hear Black Lick. So cool stuff. You guys should keep it up, keep it cadence. It's good.
I
appreciate it.
that, man. Thanks for coming on. It's a blast.
Cheers, boys.
Yeah, we'd like to thank everybody for listening. You're all beautiful, beautiful people. We're repping the You Run podcast. You can find all kinds of great shit there. You're going to find this episode there at some point. Motherfuckers, I mean, this is it. That was the interview. So we're going to take you all out, and we're going to say, we're all going to say together, in Crust We Trust, if you guys could join us in that. And we'll break it down in a 1, 2, 3.
In Crust We Trust.
We trust. Yes, that was music to my fucking
You
ears.
are tone deaf. Because that was chaotic.
This ends our podcast.
I mean, I think cancel culture it's like the boogeyman. Like because I will actively. I mean, point of Lucky Silverback was to see if I can get canceled.